Right, ladies and gents, we are back. It's Shazoo versus BrutalFissure. The bans were BrutalFissure banned out Stone Keep, and Ascension Peak was banned out by Shazoo. We're going to Brightmarsh for the game 1, and Shazoo chose Jacob Falls. I got that right, didn't I? As always, yeah, I got that right. Right then, so ridiculously average. I gotta give it right. I'm gonna bring Wuffy in because Wuffy hasn't actually watched this game. Right. We've got to get predictions, and it's one thing we forgot to do. You know, because we're professional here at Legacy Link. Totally forgot. Predictions.
Right. Yes. I have to say, map 1, Brightmarsh. It's looking like Shazoo just has a stronger job. They've got the Inara, they've got the Fury, they've got the Willow, and Charlin's still an extremely strong damage dealer right now. He can make the picks happen, he can pull through, he can flank when he needs to, and he can put sustained damage onto the point. And in a map like Brightmarsh, Willow's dead zone in the middle of that small little corner part there, not exactly you want to see something in your face. Not exactly want to see something you want to see.
Agreed. Right, so quickly, just before we go over things, we're going to quickly go over the draft. On the left-hand side, it is BrutalFissure. We picked up the Makoa, Cassie, and Droxis, Maldumba, and Barak as the second sank in the last pick. Now, going over to Shazoo, let's have a look at their draft. Now, both teams have an aggressive comp. So Shazoo going with that solo tank in the Inara. We have that Willow with Dead Zone and the ceilings. Can do a lot of poke damage, but at the same time, if the Androxys catches up to her, boom, bye-bye, little fairy. Thanks for coming. We'll see you again. Now, Furia, one of the, if not the best healer in the entire game, just because her damage got nerfed in the next patch in 1.6 does not mean she will not be viable. Fernando, very aggressive tank, as we know, can do the flanking, has the fireball, has the quarter raise built into the deck, and of course the Charlene. Now, talk to me a bit more about this Charlene, Riddick, because I want to know.
Now, Explosive Arrows was the better for the longest time. Explosive Arrows was incredible good damage, and it afforded you a hit scan and a blast champion all in the same match. That's not what we're going to see here. In my opinion, I think we're going to see Desert Shadow. We're going to see that withdrawal. We're going to see a more sustained damage, but with the option of burst in there. Because they don't have a flank. Shazoo do not have a dedicated flank at this moment. So we're going to have to see the Charlene do some flexing here. He's going to have to play both roles. He has incredible burst potential. If you can get that 1250 off on a squishy target like Androxys, Cassie, no more problems. Your Willow's going to be able to fly through the air, and that's what they're going to be looking for. Shazoo need to deal with the Androxys. And my personal opinion, that's going to be Charlene's job.
See, that's the thing. I see. If the Androxys player doesn't show up, I can't see him shutting down the Willow. They need to shut the Willow down. If they don't, I think like Shazoo, because it's the aggressive comp, just going to steamroll. Go on, sorry.
The one thing I can say from BrutalFissure's side, I can guarantee you that Neptune the Blue will be playing the Cassie. And I know him personally, and I've seen his Cassie plays. He's an exceptionally decent Cassie player. He's very, very aggressive when he needs to be. So I'm pretty sure we're going to see some flank Cassie this match, and I'm excited to see it.
Did you say that was going to be Dutch Knight, or?
No, Neptune the Blue is going to be
Neptune's going to be on the Cassie, and Dutch will be on. Do you reckon? What? It's going to be on
Androxys,
yeah. Right then, guys. We will be right back while we, in the background, get synced up and bring you the game at number 1 of BrutalFissure versus Shazoo. Don't go anywhere. Like I said, bring everybody here because this is going to be epic. Right, ladies and gents, we are back for game number 1 on Brightmarsh. It's gonna be Shazoo versus BrutalFissure. Let's go over the players and their legendaries. It's gonna be Dutch Knight on Heads Will Roll, Cassie, Neptune playing Cassie rather with Impulse. Fake Sword on the Barak playing Tinkering. It's going to be Hell Above on her support, Maldumba playing Spirits Chosen, and Al Dummy on the Makoa playing Leviathan.
Scorch Fernando for Moa right now, being that aggressive tank. Recurve Charlene. I was a bit wrong there, but that's going to be interesting. Solar Blessing Furia for Apple Daddy, Midnight May, Treacherous Ground, and Watersfield for the Inara, and Aztec on the Nightshade Willow. Going into this first point fight, Makoa with the quick hook onto the Fernando, starts pulling off, managed to get the kill onto Maeve, pulls away the Charlene. Charlene can't do anything about it right now, and Ross is going to be looking for the cheeky flanks, finds Willow, and Fernando's in a bad spot right now. He just gets pushed back, gets taken out by the Cassie. Neptune pushing forward. BrutalFissure aggressing forward onto the side of Shazoo. Just not giving him an inch right now, as now he gets pushed way back into the back line.
And this is something where I'm really impressed with right now. Al Dummy on this Makoa, as I spectate the Makoa, is absolutely all over the place. 3 hooks, 3 catches, and doing so much damage. Picks up the 4th one here on the Charlene. Al Dummy picks up Maeve. Maeve goes down, and we're looking at Aiko looking incredibly strong so far on the point already. Looks like he's trying. Did I get the teams wrong?
Yeah. It's BrutalFissure. Al Dummy actually being extremely proficient on this Makoa, not missing any hooks, and I've got to give props to him. As a Makoa man myself, this guy is making these picks count, because it should be. When you get a hook, someone dies, and it's been the case for BrutalFissure the whole match so far. Makoa dominating this area right now, dominating tanks, and definitely dominating the Charlene. As we get a capture for BrutalFissure now, his first point.
So I did get it right then when I said that. Right, thank you. I did get it right. I wasn't wrong. But anyway, you know what I want to see is Moa being on this Fernando, being a lot more aggressive like he is right now. Like, literally, go in. Don't hesitate. If you die, don't worry. Make room for your other teammates. And that's exactly what we saw coming out from there, picking up Al Dummy on the Makoa.
Yeah, Shazoo and BrutalFissure both do have aggressive comps right now, but Shazoo are being forced to play defensively as BrutalFissure's aggression is just overpowering right now. Neptune being able to put out the damage numbers, but the main character right now is Dutch Knight. He's finding them flanks. He's making sure that Willow can't do any damage, can't do any zoning. Beautiful hook from Al Dummy. Intermage gets popped. He's going to be finding the Charlene. Inflame gets popped in response. Hopefully keeping the Charlene alive will be enough. No, he goes down. Maeve to follow. Yes, be careful.
So here's the problem, right?
The tank.
Here's the problem. The Androxus decided that he was going to try and chase a Cassie rather than, chase the Furia rather than do something about the little fairy Willow in the sky. You can't do that. You cannot give the fairy room. If you do that, you're going to get wrecked, and that's the problem. They're going to have to back off now. There we go. Neptune the blue does get fall down by the Charlene, which is made. Dutch Knight again out of position. There's nothing he can get into the backline for right now, and she's just zoning out.
Nightmare with a beautiful impulse right there, forces Androxus into a position he doesn't want to be in, gets the first out but gets pulled back anyway. Maeve gonna pick him off. Charlene doing his job right now, countering out Dutch Knight's incredible plays, and Shazoo are starting to find their aggression just a little bit right now. Beautiful hook once again from Al Dummy, doesn't stop Inara from getting away. Midnight May playing this champion excellently as they start defending well here.
I want to see them start picking up on the plays of Al Dummy. Literally, he's landed every single hook. There's not enough plays coming off it, and just like that, as I say that, they try to come in, and Fernando going really low. He's got a shot left, but there's only 8 seconds left on the countdown. Doesn't look like they're going to get much further than this. But again, Makoa's not really in a position to do anything other than get the hooks, but there's no lead up off of it, so they're not going to get any picks from it.
That's definitely it. Just not really able to deal with Makoa right now. Too focused on the other champions. There's an Androxus in the backline. Gets taken out by Aztec this time, but so low. He's going to have to back down from any fights. Neptune the blue gets picked off by Apple Daddy. Furia still being able to put some damage, and Roofy gets stopped in their tracks. Shazoo defends successfully.
See, this is what I really like, though, when you see a very aggressive Willow player that isn't scared to go up against these counters and says, you know what, I'm not scared of you. I'm going to continue pushing, and I don't care what you do. And that is exactly what we see. Now, Shazoo won, BrutalFissure won. Talk to me. Let's have a look down the board. We've got
the damage numbers already coming out, as I can see right now. Look at Fernando. Moa actually bringing the heat right now. Willow being known as a bit of a backline damage dealer. We can finally see her finding her pair of wings, I would say. And she's starting to push in right now. She's still only 3rd on the damage shots, but she's showing some of that aggression. And that's what Shazoo need right now. They need to respond to BrutalFissure's aggression with more aggression. They need to overpower them. And they do have that opportunity. They have an Inara and they have a Fernando. Both tanks that can actually push your opponents back. Both tanks that can deal with Makoa if they so choose as. They've getting popped right now in frame to respond.
That's what I wanted to see. Do you see that? Dutch, as soon as Aztec popped his ultimate, went up into the sky, Dutch said, right, okay, I'm going to never step. I'm going to hit you once, never step again, hit you twice. Bye-bye, little fairy. Thanks for coming. And that is what I wanted to see from him straight off the bat beforehand, but it just wasn't happening.
Aztec, great response, though. Actually manages to get some damage on the Android. Will force him to back down, but it's too late. He's already back. He's already back in full health. May finds pick on fake Zod. That's going to send him back to base. It's now 4v5 in favor of Shazoo as he starts getting 90% of the objective. A cursed arm gets thrown out, same as Heat Haze in response, but just not enough. Shazoo gets captured. Mako goes down.
He tried to get onto point to try and get the defense, but it wasn't enough, and he does get shut down. Dutch Knight looking really low. He's going to go down as well. And Nara trying to put some pressure on as well. Fake Sword having to back away, and Maeve on that Charlene flying the pressure. He's gone into invisible mode. He's going to come down, try and put some shots into the Cassie. He is going to pick him up. Cassie, Neptune goes down to him, and it looks like Fake Sword as well, trying to use it. Think it doesn't matter. Maldumba comes out. The Seedling's going to do a lot of damage as well. It still isn't enough though. Maeve in the background.
So bad. Aldummy put his team in this position right now when he rushed into point, lost his life, and his team went down to 4-5, and Shazoo just capitalized. They started pushing in, showing that aggression right now, and just put BrutalFissure on such a back foot. They're staggered right now. They need to regroup right now. They do have the Ancient Rage available. If they can gather behind that, they can maybe pull this back, but it's looking all Shazoo at the moment as we see some picks coming from Moa on Aldummy, being that aggressive flank that he needs to be.
It's the trail of the usual train, if you will, one after one after one as they pile in. It isn't just going to happen, and Shazoo do indeed pull it in. Do you know what I wanted to see though, Riddick, is you had the Barrack. You had the Barrack ultimate. Use the Barrack ultimate to buy time for your team. Let them come in on top of the Barrack ultimate. This way, guess what? Shazoo have to back away. They can't engage in it. Why? Well, you've got the ultimate up. If they come at you, they're dead.
BrutalFissure gave up far too easily right there. At that point in time, I can guarantee you they were just going save ult, let them have this push. They shouldn't have. Now they're at a 3-1 disadvantage. Shazoo just need one more point. BrutalFissure need to push. They actually need to push for a conversion, get a 3-3 so they can go into a 4th round here. But Shazoo on such a god spot right now. They've got the ult advantage. They've basically got 5 ults up, and it's looking all there. It's looking like their game right now.
Yeah, I'm going to say 6 ults on the favor of Shazoo. 89, 90 now. Again, now look, where's Dutch? Dutch needs to go in the air. There he is. That's just what I want to see. He needs to get those shots. Yeah.
Unfortunately, not being able to hit those shots at range. Aztec's going to make advantage of that, but gets distracted. So Dutch actually did do something really smart there. Just keeping the Willow busy, making sure she can't put damage down on her team. Ancient Rage gets popped. Aldummy making some pressure happen right now. Forced in response. Hunkering down for Barrack. Can he make this play? Imposed by Maeve. Can we just talk can we just talk quickly about Shazoo right now? What's just happened there? Both tanks gone.
Well, Moa's on 4%. He's not dead just yet, but yeah, he's about to go down. But
no, Moa's down. That's that you're looking at his ult charge.
Oh, was that his ult charge? Oh, right, yeah, the percentage. Right, sorry. See, that's how long it's been since I casted. That's how long it's been. But yeah, I feel like they weren't in sync with each other. Like that had to be a miscommunication. They came down. Aztec again on the Willow. Just there's not enough pressure on this Willow. And that's what I want to see coming out of BrutalFissure. They have to apply that pressure. They apply that pressure. Aztec comes away. There's no dead zone. There's no seedlings. Then that allows Fake Sword on that Barrack to get in. Makoa on Aldummy on Makoa, sorry. Yes, because, you know, the player gets played by the champion, you know, to aggress. And as we jump back in, let's have a look at the ultimate charges coming across the screen. It's 3 ultimates in total, maybe 4.
We're looking right now at a Seismic Crash from Nora and a Heat Haze. Heat Haze is probably going to be used to stall the point right now. Shazoo can get themselves back on the point, but BrutalFissure have the capture advantage right now. They have the comeback mechanic in their favor. 4% per second, as opposed to a 3% normal charge. And Nora's on point. Seismic Crash is available. Heat Haze is available too to stall out. Proofion getting pushed back. They lose their Barrack. Heat Haze gets popped. He's going straight for the point. He wants some point pressure. Seismic Crash to follow. Doesn't find anyone, but Shazoo, they pick it up.
So my question is, he had reversal up, but didn't reversal the ult and didn't touch point. So for no overtime. But then again, everybody was dead. He had to there was no overtime, so respawn time is it was too big.
Fortunately, if you time it correctly, you can basically stun lock someone off the point, so the point capture doesn't register you if you're stunned and you come onto the point.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't register you. However, that was a brilliant comeback immediately from Shazoo. They had 2 ultimates. They used them really. I think that BrutalFissure should have just applied more aggression right there. They could have gotten the overtime trigger, and that's all they really needed. They just backed off and let Shazoo have that game for free.
I just feel that there should have been a little more pressure. I mean, Dutch played well on the Androxys, but I would like to have seen him again apply more pressure to the Willow. Get the Willow out of the way. In fact, I think Dutch, that should have been your only target. Get the Willow out of the way. It stops your tanks. The Makoa took a pounding from the Willow player. And
Makoa's play, though, early game, excellent. Allowed BrutalFissure to get onto point and get those plays running. But like you said, once Willow got into mid-game to late game, she was just able to demolish him. There was no way he could stand up to that. And that's what Dutch Knight really needed to pull to his advantage. We can't ignore Sheldon as well. His contribution overall just to his ability to delete tanks when he needs to. Especially running recurve that sustain damage. Now we normally see Desert Shadow on Sheldon's. It's the best card.
Explosive arrow, isn't it? Explosive arrow?
No. Explosive arrow has been nerfed. It's not really used right now. Desert Shadow allows you extra bonus damage on your first shot out of stealth, but we didn't see that. We saw recurve, which allowed him to apply so much pressure onto BrutalFissure in response, and we didn't see enough pressure from Shazoo early game, but they quickly climbed on top of that and dominated late game.
Okay, Wuffy, let me bring you back in, my friend. Unfortunate for your team, but they did manage to win the first point or defend it. I can't remember. Played really well.
Yeah. I have been actually coaching them during those games and trying to find out where they are having mishaps. And one of them was actually one you mentioned, Fakesot not using ult on his barrack. He could have done that and they could have actually gotten a second point. There is a little bit of fiddling to do, but when we consider the level of Shazoo and how new BrutalFissure is, I am extremely proud of them getting a 1-4. That is way better than I could have ever anticipated, considering the time they've been playing as a team. So.
Right, guys, we'll be going into game number 2 shortly. We're going to take a quick momentarily break while we get set up in the background. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.